Hello everyone, my name is Jen and welcome to the Book Refuge and welcome to my March TBR. Yes, it is that time already. I feel like I'm late making this video, but also I know I'm not. Like, we still have 8 days of the month. I don't know. It goes too fast, so maybe, whatever. But I'm so excited for March. March is my birthday month, so I was planning to choose ahead of time the books that I would want, obviously, because that's what a TBR is for. But I have felt very constrained in February. It's mostly my own doing, because I had a vacation. And so I just feel very behind with things. Also, I feel like people on Bookstagram are just killing it with recommendations lately. TikTok may not be working for me, but I gotta say that Bookstagram has been on point. And when I have all these books that I need to get to, it makes me feel left out that I can't just jump into the books that everyone else is reading. But at the same time, it's okay because I am then seeing the books people really love, like the ones that are continually being talked about, and then I hear the opinions of my besties and they really love it, and so that's making me feel better about it. And then I work them into the next month's TBR, and then they are my required reading. So I'm very excited about some March books. I got in most of the books yesterday and I'm very excited about it. But what I am doing is that, number one, you'll see, I did not find as many ARCs and new releases as I know there's going to be. It's very weird. I only found a few, and that has me, I know there'll be more. So I left some space in the book journal for this, as well as I want to read a lot of fics in March. That's basically it. I want to read some fics in March, and so I want to leave space for that, as well as for some mood reading. So yeah, I got my book club books, the Patreon books. I did pick a few from my tropes and challenges, and then I made a list that's just high priorities and birthday month choices. So we're going to get into this. Hopefully this video won't be too long, but if you like getting bookish recommendations, make sure you are following me, like this video. I put up new videos 3 to 4 times a week, and I'm just here to help us all find all the wonderful romances that we want. No matter what tropes you love, I have a video for it. That's what I do. So let's dive in with the books we need to read. So I can't believe it. I'm absolutely baffled, but March is the last month of SJM along. Thank you so much to those of you who tried SJM for the first time, for those of you who tried this reading order that we did together, whether you were successful with it or not, whether you deviated or not, that is not the point. The point is that in the last year, we read every book written by Sarah J. Maas, except for Catwoman. I know people keep forgetting that one, but we've read every book written by Sarah J. Maas, and we're now ready for whatever she has coming next. We didn't quite get the announcements we were expecting with the release of the new covers for the Throne of Glass series, but I have a feeling we'll have some announcements coming soon, and I'm so excited about that. So that means that the book that inspired me to set up this read-along, it's time to read it. And so it's time to read A House of Sky and Breath. This is it. This is the book that when I got to the very last page of this book, I was like, we have to reread them all. We have to start at the beginning and read them all. So I'm so excited we're going to be doing that. The live show for this will be on my channel. I'll put up a thing. I can't remember the day. And it's going to be amazing. We're going to get to talk about it all. So even if you haven't been to every single one along the way, but you want to theorize about things, you want to chat about what we expect, make sure you come to this. It's going to be amazing. And I can't wait. I'm rereading Silver Flames right now. The live show for that is at the end of this week. And there's just so much. This has been such a thrilling journey. And thank you to everyone who helped along the way, whether for 1 month or for the whole time. it's been an absolute blessing and a joy to go through these with you and to have people who are so much smarter than me and pay so much better attention to detail to point things out. It's been amazing. But this is our March book and we're doing it. It's amazing. It's amazing. Then there will be the next 2 books in the ABCs of Love. There will be Eternal by Nicole Blanchard and Found by Ellie Wade. So this will be ENF. The live show date has not been picked yet, but it will be on, of course, Jackie from First Lady Reads channel. If you're not following Jackie yet, you absolutely should. She does very detailed discussions of her books. She reads a little bit of a wider circle than I do, which is great. Like, I love that. But she also has read some amazing romances in the last year. And we actually met, like, you know, virtually met because she started doing SJM along and I saw her videos. And she's been a part of it now, and that's been amazing. Also, keep an eye out. Some of my friends have been doing other read-alongs. I don't know that I will immediately jump into another one. This has been a very, like, taxing thing to carry a read-along for a whole year. But I will definitely participate in some. So keep an eye out for that, of what other people are doing. All right. Then we have what the Patreon books will be. So we have ones that are all rereads for me, except for one. One of my patrons actually picked King of the Court by R.S. Gray. So I'm excited to read that. I haven't read an R.S. Gray in a couple years. I binged through a whole bunch of her books. I found a few that were favorites, but I just got a little burned out. So I keep, like, downloading her books, but I haven't, like, stayed caught up with a lot of them. So someone picked King of the Court, so I'll be reading and annotating that for them. Then the other books picked by patrons were Carnal Urges, Witches Get Stitches, Zephyr, and Powerless. Those are what have been picked so far. I'm still waiting to hear from one person. But most of those will be rereads or just transferring notes from books I've already annotated, which is great. And then the book that was voted on by patrons for our caretaking prompt was for me to read and exclusively review The Right Move. So The Right Move will be exclusively reviewed on Patreon. And I'm so excited. I'm actually going to buy the discreet copy as well, because I'll show you in just a second. I want the copies with the hunky men's on the cover, but because the copy that I annotate for Patreon, I raffle off and one of my patrons wins it, I don't want to give away this beautiful copy. So I will be reading and annotating this, and then I'll transfer the notes into the other one. But yeah, this will be an exclusive review for Patreon, so if you want to know my full thoughts on this one, you'll have to check it out there. But I mean, I have a feeling, like, obviously if this ends up being a 6-star book the way I think it might, it'll still, I'm sure, show up in other places. But anyway, we'll continue here. So then I have 3 books that I'm reading for my Trope challenge, and my friends recommend my 12 recs by 12 friends. I guess I did get through a friend rec in February. I read, the one that was picked for that one was The Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon. Yeah, I did just read that one recently, so that one was one. But for my Trope challenge, which I just created myself using stickers that I got from Brie, I decided to do the Morally Gray one this time. And when I do these, I pick books that are recommended by you guys in my book rec form. And happily, one of the ones that you guys rec'd me is one that I really wanted to get to. And that is Sophie's Surrender by Sam Mariano and Laura Lovett. I haven't read this yet. I've been saving it. And I had just ordered a signed edition from Sam. This book is actually going to be unpublished on March 7th, and then it will be called Surrender and be a part of one of her other series. But I plan to read this one for the morally gray because I'm sure that this hero will probably be morally black, but we'll go with morally gray. Then the 2 books that were wrecked by friends will be Sweet Mercy by K.A. Tucker. And this was recommended by Lizzie Thompson. And The Bombshell Effect by Carla Sorensen, which was recommended by Melissa Barr. So I hope to get to those books in March. Then for ARCs and like recent releases that I want to get to, there will be Hyacinth by Minerva Spencer. This one is supposed to come out the end of February. There didn't end up being an ARC opportunity for this book, which I was kind of sad because Phoebe I read an ARC of last year and it was one of my like favorite historicals of the year. Sorry, my throat's going. And Hyacinth is going to be the next sister in this series to get a book. And she likes to gamble, and I'm very excited about that. Then Dear Grumpy Boss by Julia Wolf. This book comes out on the 7th of March. I do have an ARC for this one, so I will be reading this one soon. Highest Bidder by Sarah Kate. I thought I would sign up for an ARC of this one, but I didn't receive cover reveal info for this one when it came out, so I don't know if I'll get an ARC. But either way, this comes out in March, and I will either have an ARC and read it, or I'll read it the moment that it is out. This will be the 5th book in the Salacious Players Club, and this one has Wander Aguirre on the cover, and it's so beautiful. We had a hint that he might be the cover model of this book, and I just had to, I mean, I'm excited anyway because it's Salacious Players Club. There's going to be like daddy kink in it. And yeah, I believe too that it's like an auction scenario, and you know how we love those. So I want to get to that soon. Yearning for Her by Tiffany Roberts. This book is coming out the end of February, and I mean, look, it's just gorgeous. I'm so excited for Tiffany and Rob to have another book coming out. It's not the Ricks that I want, but I know that they are taking their time with that, and they have kind of struggled to be inspired lately. I'm a member of their Patreon. I absolutely adore them so much. I love them so much. So we'll get to them when we get to them. You know, they'll get to them when they get to them, and I trust that. Like, I trust them with that. But I'm very excited for this one. I don't even remember what it's about, but it's beautiful. So we're going to do it. It's happening. And then I also got an ARC of Taming the Rake by Erica Ridley. This is a historical by her that I got sent an ARC of it. So this one comes out in March, and I want to get to this as well. It's outside, I believe, of the Winchester series, which I know some people love. I have not had the greatest of luck with it. I haven't really loved all the entries, but I like her style of writing. I've been intrigued by it. So I want to try this one, which is something completely different. So those are all I have down for ARC and new releases. But I'm going to try to get to it. Okay, so now we have my little like bonus section for this TBR. And these are ones that are my highest priority, which you'll see what I mean by that in a minute, or they are birthday month reads that I just want to get to. And again, I left myself some space in here because I either will want to read some fics, or I want to try to read more of my physical TBR where I can just look at my shelves and like pluck a book to read, because I very rarely get to do that these days, which it's self-imposed, but I have these beautiful books that are either sent to me or I've picked out, and I want to get to them just when I want to. But like I said, there is one, I guess, that I could have put in the recent releases part as well. But I just picked up the copy of The Phantom by Gina Showalter. This is the only series by Gina Showalter that I read currently. Like, I will read others by her eventually, but I picked up The Warlord when it released, and I've just kind of kept reading these ones. So I've read like The Immortal and The Warlord, and then here is The Phantom. So I've really enjoyed this series with these with this like crew of vengeful warlords who are supposed to like win these certain like they have to complete these certain tasks to help their crew like win for the next how many years or whatever. I don't know. I'm horrible at explaining it. But I love this series. I've been listening to the audiobooks of them. And so I buy these when they are out. I buy myself the hardcovers even of them. So I'm going to be reading this one. Also, I could have mentioned this one when I mentioned The Right Move, but I didn't. I will also be reading Mile High. I plan to read Mile High before I do The Right Move. I'm going to read these in order. I've seen great things about both of them. The Right Move is really what some people have been going bananas for, and I know I don't have to read them in order. I know I don't have to. But I just bought both of them, and so I'm going to start with Mile High and then get to The Right Move to annotate that one for my patrons. So I will be able to review and talk about this one with you guys. But it's just beautiful, so I'm so excited from what I've heard about it. And I know this one is a flight attendant and a hockey player. Yeah, so very, very excited to get it. So this is very high priority for me as well. Then Warlock's Kiss just got put on audiobook by Tiffany and Robert. And I had ordered this when they got it recovered, and I got a signed copy of it. And so I want to try to read this one. I really have loved that they've been putting all their books in audio, which, by the way, something that Rob said would never happen, but is in the works, is the audiobooks for the Spider's Mate trilogy. I have been asking for that. Obviously, not just me. I'm not saying I made it happen, but back when I interviewed Tiffany and Rob on my channel last December, like December before last, I was like, you have to do this. And he's like, no, it's not worth it. We won't do it. But because of all the eyes that have been on that series and the fact that Fake Crate is doing a set of them, they're able to get those put into audiobooks. And I'm so excited for it. I love it. But anyway, yeah, this one is The Warlock's Kiss. And this is a bit of an older one for them. Yeah, it was from 2019. But it got a new cover and it got an audiobook, and I want to read this one when I have the time. Then I may get to this one in February. I don't know if I will because I still have quite a few books I have to get through in February. But I will be doing Mother of Death and Dawn just as soon as I possibly can. I have the audiobook all queued up for it. I have just been loving The War of Lost Hearts. Just like everyone else who has touched it, this series is so epic. This book is ginormous. Holy crap, it is 700 pages. When I got the second and third book in the mail, I was like, holy crap, these are huge. But I know it's got to be an epic conclusion to this trilogy, so I want to read this one. I also want to read The Serpent and the Wings of Night by her. So I'm just going to finish all the Carissa Broadbent books in March. So I will be popping that one in as well. And then the last couple that I want to mention are two fics that I for sure want to read in March. I want to read Heartbreak Prince, which is a Kylo Ren and Rey at Hogwarts fic. I saw this piece of artwork for this, and I immediately said, I will be reading it. It's happening. And March, I'm making it officially part of my TBR so that I can get to it. And the other one that I want to get to is Akamath, Reese's point of view of Akamath. Mel is going to be binding a copy of this for me. I'm going to read them. I have them downloaded on my Kindle already. Like, I'm going to read them that way because it is very difficult to read one of the super heavy fics, like with your eyeballs. But these are, I have to read this, especially after SJM along. I want to read it from Reese's point of view so badly. And so those are going to be two fics that I get to this month. So, all right, my voice is just about to go out. So we'll wrap this up. But those are my plans for March. I cannot wait. It is my 30th year of life. March 18th is my birthday, and I'm just looking forward to treating myself all month. I'm sure I'll do birthday month things. I plan to do some giveaways both here on my YouTube channel and on my Instagram, so make sure you're following me there. But I just want it to be a month of love. Like, I know February is a month of love, but March is like my month of self-love and to love all of you guys for what you've done for me. So yeah, thank you so much for having my back and being the best supporters ever and making this journey like worth it. Like, you absolutely make the journey worth it. So thank you so much for watching, friends, and I will see you next time. Bye.